we talking about migrants or are we talking about refugees? What's the difference?
Migrants and Refugees project began in 2015. We wanted our kids to work on the topic of what was happening in Europe with the migrant crisis, and we wanted to link that to literature we were doing in the classroom.
The Migrants and Refugee project is a cooperation project between 5 schools in 4 countries. 2 of them are in France, 1 in Norway, 1 in Germany, and 1 in the Netherlands. We started the project with an introductory video where every student introduced themselves in a video together with their peers to the other nationalities.
Alexandra. And we are Norwegian!
We thought it was very important at the beginning of the project to ask the kids the difference between the vocabulary we were using so they could see if everyone had the same images, they had the same ideas, the same stereotypes.
The Padlet for your group, refugees or migrants, and you're going to do some research. You're going to find pictures, you're going to find words to express what you think a migrant is, what you think a refugee is. The goal of the project was to produce a magazine that the kids had written themselves. They did the research to understand what was going on in Europe, and they interviewed NGOs and refugee agencies, so they understood what was going on better.
I divided a group into 2 groups, and one worked on what is a migrant and one worked on what is a refugee. And students searched for images and ideas on the internet and put that on the Padlets. The exercise made them think of this a little bit different because they weren't expecting an immigrant also to be something totally different than a refugee. It's very interesting to take a look at whether a Dutch student thinks the same as a French student.
I do think that the differences in opinion helped me see the whole refugee crisis from a different perspective, because it's not good to look at things from one perspective. You have to be able to look at it from multiple perspectives. So reading different opinions and the arguments for those opinions, it really helped me understand everything a lot better.
See at the French school that they're very much different nationalities and cultures, and that they are also Syrian refugees with them, and that you could see that they were a whole class and they were together, and then they didn't care about their nationalities or their color of their skin.
The Twin Space gives them a safe place. I know who they're communicating with, where they can have freedom to express themselves. When we were participating in the forum discussion, some of the kids disagreed with what they read, and their first reaction was a 13-year-old reaction, well, that's stupid. And of course, we talked about the fact that you can't respond online by saying something is stupid. You have to find words to justify what you disagree with.
So what do you think?
I think
she says it's not a question of being, it's a question of being prone to.
Yeah,
do you agree?
It's stupid because it's not true.
I thought it was really interesting because people were really asking for our opinions, like our personal opinions. And it wasn't just in a lesson where it was like, that's a fact, learn it, and have a test about it. It was really like asking your opinion and asking you to think like on your own.
eTwinning is important because it allows the kids to travel virtually. It opens borders, it opens classrooms. There's an energy that pushes the kids towards the discovery of others.
Because I am actually a refugee and I come from Syria. And I actually still have family there, and I know how it's like being a refugee there and their lives and conditions. And I can actually relate to that, and I feel how they feel. When I did this project, it helped me with my classmates. I got to talk to them more. You know that refugees are actually just like anyone else. And actually, like when I came to school, or when people see me outside, they don't think I'm a refugee. They just think that I'm actually a tourist.
My students' view of Europe has been changed by eTwinning and giving them a broader view on the migrants and refugee crisis.
I'd like to continue having projects that are related to real-world events and hopefully make a difference.
Eventually, they will be the neighbors of the refugees that just came into Europe just 1 or 2 years ago. So they're going to build Europe. So that's just wonderful.